Good morning, children. Welcome back to our English class. Today we are going to see the lesson Journey by Train, section 3. Before that, I would recall the lesson Journey by Train, first section and second section. Actually, Francis Cromarty, Mr. Fogg, and Passepartout, they were traveling from Bombay to Calcutta. But unfortunately, the train halted at the middle of the forest. So, Mr. Francis was angry at the conductor. This is the first and second part contained. Okay, now let's look into the third section, page number 84. Just to listen the lines. Mr. Fogg and Sir Francis Cromarty, after searching the village from end to end, came back without having found anything. I shall go on foot, said Phileas Fogg. Passepartout, who had now rejoined his master, made an unhappy face as he thought of the magnificent Indian shoes. Magnificent, this is extremely good. Happily, he too had been looking about him, and after a moment hesitation which means unwilling. Hesitation, said Monsieur, I think I have found a means of conveyance. Conveyance means transportation. He found that conveyance. What? An elephant that belongs to an Indian who lives but 100 steps from here, he said. Kiuni, this was the name of the animal, could doubtless travel rapidly for a long time, and in the absence of any other means of transport, Mr. Fogg resolved to hire him. Rapidly, it is, which means quickly. When therefore Mr. Fogg proposed this is the elephant's owner, he refused point blank. Point blank, which means bluntly. Mr. Fogg persisted, offering the excessive sum of the £10 of an hour for a loan of the animal of Allahabad. Refused. £20 refused also. £40 still refused. Persisted. What is the persisted? Continued. He again and again asked, but he persisted. Elephant owner persisted. Sorry, persisted, not refused. Phileas Fogg, without getting in the least flurried, then proposed to purchase the animal outright, and at first offered £1,000 for him. The owner, perhaps thinking he was going to make a great bargain, still refused. This time also £1,000. He asked to get £1,000, but he refused. Who is refused? The owner of elephant. Mr. Fogg offered first 1,200, then 1,500, 1,800, £2,000 at last. Passepartout was fairly white with the suspense. At £2,000, the man yielded. He accepted. Yielded means accepted. Good heavens, what a price for an elephant, cried Passepartout. A young man with an intelligent face offered his services as a guide, which Mr. Fogg accepted, promising so generous a reward as to greatly increase his GL enthusiasm, which means enthusiasm, interest. The elephant was let out and equipped. The man, who was skilled elephant driver, covered the elephant's back with a sort of saddle cloth and attached to each of its sides some uncomfortable howdahs. Phileas Fogg paid the elephant owner with some banknotes which he extracted from the famous carpet bag, an action that made poor Passepartout lose his breath. Here, howdahs, it is a seat belt, riding on the back of an elephant. Seat belt, Carpet bag. It is used by Phileas Fogg. All his money was in the carpet bag. Okay. While Sir Francis and Mr. Fogg took the howdahs on either side, Passepartout got onto the saddle cloth between them. The driver perched himself on the elephant's neck, and at 9 o'clock they set out from the village. The animal marching out through the dense forest of palms by the shortcuts. Here perched. Position. Perched means set or position. Actually, Fogg chose to travel by elephant, so he wanted to hire Huni. Huni is the elephant. Since the owner of elephant refused for it, he purchased the elephant to 2,000 pounds. Actually, this is a story of the third section. Okay, now let's look into the glossary meanings. Hesitation, unwilling. Conveyance, transportation. Rapidly, quickly. Persisted, which means continued. Refused, not willing. Point blank, which means bluntly. Flurried, worried. Yielded, accepted. Howdahs, a seat belt for riding on the back of an elephant. Carpet bag, Mr. Phileas Fogg left London with very little luggage. All his money was in the carpet bag. Perched, position. In the first part, they were traveling. The second part, the train halted in the middle of the forest. And the third part, they used the elephant to reach the place. Okay, thank you, children. I hope you can understand the lesson from these parts. Once again, I thank you.